Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh and today we're looking at this Hyundai. It's a weird Hyundai and I can't wait to talk about it. Here's the share code. I'm going to talk about it pretty much. It's on race suspension because there is no drift suspension. You think they would have put drift suspension on this car and they failed to do so. It says all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive drift because when you go outside, there's a button you can press that goes from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive, drift mode. And you got to deal with the 1893 horsepower and all that torque all in one. I was able to get it to an S1 900. That's what I'm proud about. So let me show you guys how I got up to an S1 900. So of course we got the most powerful electric motor possible in here. It does start out with 641 horsepower, and then you can take it up to, high. So it's going to go with something, I don't know. Either way, just regular stock front bumper in the back, regular stock spoiler in the rear. You could put the ugly spoiler back there if you wanted to, and I don't even know. I haven't even looked at these. Oh, okay, that's nice. Either way, just leave that all stock. We are running a snow tire compound to maximize the slide, and I did take the tire width and maxed it out for the front and in the rear. All right, and I was able to get it up to an S1 900 by doing that. All right, I am running my TC105N rims. They're carbon fiber. They're beautiful, and they're the lightest. I looked at these things and I was like, yeah, no, that's just too flashy for me. So I decided to go this route, and I think it looks a lot better on the vehicle. We did upgrade the track width for the front and the rear, so that's all maxed out. All right, there's only a 1-speed transmission in this thing, but hey, you have a race drive line and a drift differential, and that's the only thing you can get drift out of this car. Alright, we do have race brakes on this thing, but here we have race springs. You got sport springs, stock springs where you can't mess with anything, and then you have rally springs, but there's no drift kit on this vehicle. And that just makes it even more difficult when you're trying to tune this thing that has so much power and you're switching from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive whenever you want to. Okay? We got anti-roll bars for the front and the rear. No roll cage. And we got a sport weight reduction. Alright, anything higher, of course, would take me up to an S2 class. Alright, so you're saving close to 500 pounds on this thing. And that's it. That's all you've got. Car mastery for this thing. They want you to drift this car, but they're not going to give you a drift kit. I don't understand it. That makes absolutely no sense to me. So here's the tune. It's a mix of a rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive tune all in one. So we got 55 and 55 to maximize that slide. Here's the gearing I have. All right. It has a top speed of 191.5, and that's just to work with the rear-wheel drive side of this, because if it wasn't rear-wheel drive, it would be at 155.5 miles per hour or close to it. My alignment, I put my rear-wheel drive drift tune on here. I put the rear-wheel drive alignment. This is what I would run if it was rear-wheel drive. All right. Anti-roll bars are just 1-in-1. They're just there for show. All right, springs, I did a 955 and 936. To get that 0.0, take this dot that you see here and go all the way up to stiff, and it'll zero it out. It'll go to 0. It'll go to 0.5 or something, and then as you go back through, it'll be a 0. Either way, this one always stays as a 50, 0.0, and then lows you can go as 5.6 and 5.6. Dampening, I did a rear-wheel drive. My rear-wheel drive tune for dampening for this thing. I had to. I tried to put this as my all-wheel drive with this going all the way up to 20 and this staying at 1. It did not work. The thing just went sideways and spun out. So I had to work that out. Aero, there's no downforce to worry about. Brakes, I just left it at 15-100. And then here's the kicker with differential 76, 86, 21, 100. This automatically, this was at 97 and 97. And when I went out and retuned the differential in the rear wheel drive, I came back here and it switched it on me to what I was running my rear wheel drive. So that's why the rear differential is that way. I wanted it the other way, but it said no. And then center balance, I did it at 86% for the all-wheel drive. This thing runs around 10,000 RPMs for the all-wheel drive. It's not too bad. It really isn't. It's just a confusing car. It's just confusing that they forgot to put a drift kit on the car, and then they have perks for drifting. I don't think people are going to really use this car once they get it. As you can tell down there in the corner there by the speedo, it says all-wheel drive and then drift. Drift, of course, means rear-wheel drive. This just takes off with ease. I mean, it's got 1,900 horsepower. Plenty of power. It runs, like I said, around 10,000 RPM starting out. Not too bad, especially if you're going through like some short turns. But it's got the speed, so then you can go through the long drift sessions with this thing. And it does get proper sideways. And look at that. I can correct myself with this tune. This tune works. Alright, it works for both all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive setups. But I usually just keep it saved for rear-wheel drive setups. I don't use it for my all-wheel drives. There's a 417. I think the best I got with this thing earlier was a 44, but I also went off the track and into the dirt and slid across. So there's that. But we'll go down the line here and then just show you this. It does fine. There's where the RPMs really come into play. Right up that, maxing it out. Alright. It does well. Now let's stop this car here and then let's put it into rear wheel drive for you guys. Okay, so it's the L button right there, L thumbstick, either way, drift. Alright, now we're in rear wheel drive. But as you can tell here, and now we go through here. I mean, everything here is the same, the top speed, but everything else works. And as you can tell, if I go back to the end to the differential, see it's 21,100. I did that, and I got out of it once I went to the all-wheel drive side. This is what it did to my differential. It went from 97 to what I have here, which is fine. It all works out. All right, so. But then again, we're still working with 1,900 horsepower. And this thing will just go straight up to the red line. Right up there. No problem whatsoever. It's kind of hard that you can't change the gears for both the rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. There's no change. You got to run them both. But it does work. Now we'll go back that way and go up and around. It's fine. But it's got a lot of power pushing through those back wheels. You just got to be easy with her. You'll be alright, I mean, you just got to remember there's no drift suspension. So, your angle that you're drifting is going to have to be a little less than what you usually run with a drift kit. Because you will spin out. Like right there. You will spin out. It is what it is. And that's a prime example. I was just on it and I spun out. Couldn't correct myself. So you got to watch it. Follow that throttle. It is a tight turn. Just take your time with it. Oh, there's a 39.5. That's not too bad. I was on the E at the end, the E brake. Easy there. Oh yeah, that's a lot of power going to the rear wheels. I mean, that's understandable. But I would love to have a drift kit just to help out stabilize this car a little bit better. That's all. But it's not too bad. It really isn't. And even though you're going to be redlining it a lot, I mean, as you can tell, you're just increasing speed the faster you go. You know, it's not that bad. So, yeah. So I did the best I could with this vehicle, tuning it the best I could for you guys. I think I did okay with it. I think it passes for you. Go back to all-wheel drive. Takes it right up that 10,000 RPMs and just smooth sailing from here on out. But yeah, that's my only complaint is that it doesn't have a drift kit, and the Mastery says all this stuff for drifting, and they didn't really include it for drifting. And that's what you deserve, car. That's what you deserve. All right, you deserve that wall. All right, that's what it is. Yes, it actually doesn't look too bad banged up. I kind of like it. It looks good. You know, we just need the front. Here, let's get the front done. There it is. How's our front look? Oh, much better, much better. Oh, now you look like a drift car. Now you got, you know, damage done to your vehicle. You know, you got stories. You got stories now on you. Now you look good. And that's what I think about this car. So, you know. Oh, another thing, turn 10. We don't want electric cars. We want gas. We want more gas cars. Yes, I understand this is a video game, and technically, every car in this game is electric. If you really think about it. There's electric going into my Xbox. There's electric going into the TV. There's electric going into my computer. They're all electric cars. All right? Technically. But we want gasoline, diesel, something in that line, cars. This electric stuff is not what we want. Alright? Maybe it's great for commutes back and from work, you know? And you can be stylish, especially in this car. And like, oh yeah, look at my beautiful futuristic car that I have here. It's so sporty. And then they're like, oh man, that's cool. What kind of engine do you have in there? And they're like, it's electric. Oh, okay. No, it is what it is. But either way, that's the car. You know, you guys at least get to hear my complaints about it. Can't open up the frunk. I don't even know what's up there. I don't even know what's in the front. I don't know if there's like a battery pack, engine pack thingamajiggy. I don't know. They won't let me see it. Again, to the back. It's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. It's very sporty. I'll give it that. But what would be really nice is if there was some exhaust back there, you know, some flames. That would be pretty sweet. A drift kit would be nice. That would be really sweet. You know, maybe a beautiful, like, manual transmission, third pedal in there would be nice. Oh, yeah. You know, a nice 6-speed manual transmission over here. Oh, yeah. It would be great. But no. No. It is what it is. Well, hey, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. And I'll catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.